In a small house nestled in the heart of the suburbs, Emily's lived a life marked by solitude and silence. For years she had been held captive, not by chains, but by a web of fear spun by her own mind. Panic disorder and agoraphobia had transformed her home into her prison, and the world outside into a menacing labyrinth of uncertainty. Emily sat on her beige couch, clutching a cup of herbal tea. Her eyes darted around the room as if expecting something terrible to happen. The walls of her living room felt like they were closing in on her.
I can't go on like this. I can't even step outside without feeling like the world is going to swallow me whole.
Her phone buzzed with a message from her therapist.
Remember the mantra.
Being uncomfortable is not going to kill me. I am not living in my closet anymore.
Emily sighed and repeated the mantra silently. At her next appointment with her therapist, Emily sat across from the therapist, nervously tapping her foot.
How have you been practicing the mantra?
I say it, but it's hard to believe it. The anxiety doesn't go away.
Mantras are not magic spells, Emily. They're tools to reframe your thoughts. Have you tried applying it in real-life situations?
Not yet. The thought itself gives me anxiety.
Let's start small. Go to a café, order a coffee, and sit there for 10 minutes. Use the mantra when you feel anxious.
Local café, next morning. Emily stood outside the café, her hand on the door handle. She took a deep breath.
Being uncomfortable is not going to kill me. I am not living in my closet anymore.
She walked in and ordered a coffee. Sitting at a corner table, she felt her heart rate increase as people walked in and out. She repeated her mantra and took deep breaths. 10 minutes later, she left the cafe, a small smile on her face. Encouraged, Emily set a new goal, going to the grocery store once a week. Every trip was an expedition into uncharted territory, each aisle a hurdle to overcome. The bright lights and loud noises overwhelmed her senses at first, but over time, she learned to breathe through the panic, to focus on the task at hand. The world outside her doorstep was loud and chaotic, a stark contrast to the silent order of her home. Next, she decided to challenge herself to go for a walk every week. But with each step, she was claiming back pieces of her life, transforming the menacing labyrinth into a familiar landscape. Emily's living room, 1 month later. Emily was hosting a small get-together. Friends laughed and talked. Emily looked different, more alive.
You seem so relaxed, Emily. What's your secret?
I've been working on it. It's a daily battle, but I have a mantra that helps.
At night, Emily sat on her bed, journaling about her day.
I never thought I'd host a gathering at my own home. I felt anxious but kept repeating my mantra. And guess what? I survived. And I even enjoyed myself.
She closed her journal and repeated her mantra one more time before turning off the lights.
Being uncomfortable is not going to kill me. I am not living in my closet anymore.
And for the first time in years, Emily felt the weight of her anxiety lift, even if just a little, replaced by a newfound sense of freedom. The mantra became Emily's anchor, pulling her back whenever she felt adrift in a sea of anxiety. It wasn't an overnight miracle, but it was a start, a step towards reclaiming her life.
Thank you for listening to my story. Remember, you're not alone, and there's a whole world waiting for you outside. Seek help, seek growth, step out.